So second day of solo sailing. I've just left Rovinj. I'm heading north. I've got about 21, 22 nautical miles to go today, I think. I'm going to go back to Lovrachica and anchor there for the night. There are some thunderstorms potentially, and I'm hoping they're not going to hit us tonight, so that we can, well, so that myself and the dogs can have a comfortable rest. Alright, and we're on our way. We're heading north. We're doing about, there's a bit of a wake, about 3.5 knots, and I've got about 500 watts on each motor, and it could be a long day. My batteries are still drained, and that's why I've got the low power levels down, but they should be filling up at the moment at about, I think, somewhere between 200 and 300 watts, and this wake is really annoying. And when they get full, we'll increase the power. And we're going past the beautiful city of Rovinj. We've parked on the south of it. I keep saying park. We're anchored on the south, and we're going past that, heading north today. I've been sailing with a sailboat for quite some time. It looks like they're going just fractionally faster than me, but I thought they'd overtake me a long time ago. It's taken a very, very long time. I'm doing about 4 knots on 950 watts on each motor. There's also a big catamaran behind me that's also been catching up slowly. My suspicion is that they're running on one motor to try and conserve some fuel, and I think they're probably only doing maybe 4.5 to 5 knots. I'm just doing 4. And it's a German boat, and they're finally overtaking. Stop the AIS alarm. I had a really big brown dog that was actually on top in front of the boat on the trampoline, and we went back inside again. Let's see if I can see what type of boat it is. Looks like a Fontaine, can't tell the size. Going past Limfjord and Novigrad. Okay. Lots of little islands around here that you've got to watch out for. Catamaran is still up ahead. And another very pretty island on this side. Lots of boats anchored around it. That's a little boat. I suspect it might be a good fishing or snorkeling spot, or even just a good swimming spot. Going past Porek now. I think I'm about halfway. We've finally gotten away from all of the motorboats. There's been no wind all day, but the sea has been rough as can be because these giant motorboats come speeding past and create some waves. But hopefully the rest of the trip is going to be nice and crystal and smooth. As you can see, it is looking pretty good. Some big clouds building, and we did have a thunderstorm warning, so I'm just going to hope I'm going to miss those. Other than that, yeah, fairly chill day. Okay, so my batteries are full. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I've increased the power now so that I'm keeping them at the full level, but I'm going as fast as I can with this little sun, which is working out only about 4.2, 4.3 knots, because I've actually got an 8-knot wind coming from about 45 to 50 degrees. Pretty much the same as what I was using yesterday to sail with, so I could probably lift my sails up, but I'm not going to. And the reason is that giant cloud over there has been making a lot of noise. And I don't want to be caught with sails up in case there's a big gust or something like that. I think I'm going to just motor to my anchorage and set a very nice, very deep, very strong anchor, and hope that this dissipates before it actually gets to where I'm going. Right, dark cloud is still there. It's casting shadows over us now at the moment, a thin cloud above us. But I've been watching Windy's weather radar like a hawk, and I suspect it's starting to dissipate. I think at least this cloud is done. Fortunately, I don't want to play with a thunderstorm. In my previous life as a paraglider, didn't want to play with thunderstorms then either. but I think we'll be okay now. Yes, I can confirm storm is definitely dissipating. I haven't heard thunder in a while as well. There is still a big cloud in this direction. Who knows what's going to happen with that one. I'll keep an eye on windy. For now, pretty much all the wind has died, and it is excruciatingly hot. I'm trying to find a spot in the shade where I can sit and have a full view. So this is my sitting place. I am still tethered, so hopefully I'll stay on board the boat. I will stay on board the boat. And I'm heading to an anchorage just to the south of Umag, the last free anchorage just before Umag. I was thinking of going to La Chica, which is down there, but I decided to get a little bit further north because these storms all seem to be further in the south, and I wanted to make a bit of distance for tomorrow. Just now I got waked by a monstrously big wake from a motorboat, and it was horrendous. But over here we've got a trawler, and I'm a huge fan of trawlers. They've got displacement holes like sailboats, so they don't make really big wakes. They use a lot less fuel, and I think they're a much better option. You can even convert to, there's an electric trawler as well from a company called Greenline, which I think is absolutely beautiful and brilliant. We saw this boat a couple of days ago in Stoja. Very, very modern looking boat. I think it looks pretty cool. Anyway, time for me to anchor, so I shall stop filming. So it's a really good practice to go and swim on your anchor whenever the water is clear enough. This was one of those anchorages where I could see what the anchor chain was doing, so I put on my full face mask, which I find a lot easier to use than a mask and snorkel. And then you go and swim down, and you go and follow the anchor chain, and I'll speed up a little bit just so you don't have to follow me swimming for quite a long time. And eventually, if you can follow the chain all the way, you find your anchor and you can see if it's set or if it's not. Now my anchor has got those 2 points on the end. You can see the points sticking over there, and those generally bite quite quickly. If you look quite closely, you can see the anchor drag maybe just under an anchor's length, and that's pretty normal for this one. The points were in. I could have buried deeper, but with the amount of effort I put onto the anchor chain, this was fine. What will also happen now is if the wind picks up, it will drag itself deeper, and if the wind changed directions, it would have to rebury itself anyway, so I was quite happy with that. And as you can see behind me, I've arrived. I'm in the closest anchorage to Umag that you don't have to pay for, and I'm anchored next to a great big motor yacht. The wind was due west coming in, so we had some uncomfortable swell on anchor initially. It looks like it's calmed down quite nicely, and there's almost no wind now. I think I'll sleep really well here. So Umag is quite a pretty little town. You get spoilt by a lot of the towns in Croatia, but definitely not a bad town to go and visit if you do need to check into Croatia from Italy. This is the first one on the route. A lot of people say that Novigrad is a much nicer town. I haven't been to Novigrad, so I can't comment, but this is probably about 30 to 40 miles shorter, so depending on how much time you've got, this is probably where I'd make my first stop. This is the opposite side to the side where you can dock your boats. It's much more touristy. There's a very nice promenade, and this is where all the restaurants seem to line themselves up. And I had a nice little sunset on this side of the pier. And then evening I was woken up to see an impromptu fireworks display. Well, at least it was impromptu for me, but it's always nice to sit on your boat and watch a firework off the cockpit, or in this case out of the bedroom window. So that was quite a nice, pleasant surprise. Thanks for watching.